This is what he does when he wants attention. He bites and licks my feet. Silly dog. Now you're gonna get sick. My feet are sweaty. Weirdo. Ah.
What's up, guys? We are downtown, as you can tell by the pub street sign. Just stopping here to get a coffee. Going to take you on a little walk with us to an area by the river. And it is evening. It's overcast, breezy. So of course that's the perfect time to take a walk. It was really great talking to one of my subscribers last night, Bob. We talked for well over an hour, and just had a really good conversation. For some reason Skype wasn't working. It wouldn't connect me to him and he couldn't connect to me, even though he's on my list, so I don't know what's going on with that. But we finally decided to just use Facebook Messenger, and that worked out pretty well. I scheduled my next live stream for Friday night at 8 o'clock. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the preview show up on my channel. When I go into the Manage My Streams tab, it's there. So I don't know if you guys can see it or not. If there's some sort of issue there, because it wouldn't even let me change the thumbnail. But you know, technical issues aside, it will be Friday at 8 o'clock Cambodia time. So set your clocks, watches, phones, what have you, for your local time zone. And be sure to come and have any questions you might have ready. And I will answer them if I can. We walked a long way to get this coffee. I mean, we had to be down here anyway, but we couldn't find a little coffee cart like this on the way here. Normally they're all over, like everywhere you walk, but for some reason today they weren't around. See what they got here, though. Spring rolls, yellow noodles with beef, that's really good. Muklak, which is excellent. Yeah. Everything $2 to $3 here. A couple higher price ones on the bottom, 5 and 6. Down there. But everything else is very reasonably priced. Food looks pretty good too. You can even get an omelet with pork for just $2. Second Live's got her Red Bull. Yeah. And she will be all hyped up for a few hours. Yeah, like I was saying to my buddy, this road here as well, he was talking about Suxan Road being all tore up with construction. There are actually a lot of streets and areas right now that are tore up, but they're doing it to, of course, rebuild, make it look better, improve the infrastructure a little bit. So it's a minor inconvenience, but the payoff will be worth it, I think. Get some good looking roads, more accessible for when tourists start coming back. Because as you know, I don't know if you know, I have mentioned this in previous videos, but Cambodia is not really accessible to people who have mobility issues. You don't see wheelchair ramps. The streets and pavements are often cracked or missing portions of it. Sometimes you can't tell if it's a curb or just where the sidewalk drops off into the street. And some of these curbs are pretty high. You have to step up pretty high to get up there. So it's not really accessible much to people if you have trouble walking or getting around. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. It's okay. Hey, come here. Let me pet you. Let me pet you, buddy. It's okay. Poor dog. Oh, go up here? She knows where we're going. I do not. This is where the cinema is when it's open. Some of the stores inside are open, but the main cinema itself is still closed. Major Cineplex. Of course, the Smart Shop. You need a new phone. Yeah, I know. We'll get you one. We'll get you one eventually. She's still going on about the phone. I know. Yeah. The roundabout downtown. Hello. And I believe we have to go to the other side of the river. That way? Yeah. I always say they need a few more bridges going across this little river. Or it might be a good enterprise. Somebody could sit there in a little boat for 1,000 real. Take you across the river at any point you want to instead of having to walk in between the bridges, which may be too far away. You'll go past your goal. I would be down for that. Like where we need to go is right over there. But now what we have to do is go up here because that's where the nearest bridge is. And then backtrack back to our destination. But we do get to go by these street food carts, so that's always nice. See there, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50. Yeah, curry chicken. Good stuff. Full? Yeah, she just made some awesome chicken. Chicken and rice, and she made herself some frahawk for her. Not for me. Frahawk, not for me. Doing some fishing. Ooh, nice breeze underneath this shelter of the bridge. Got a nice breeze going here by the river. It's always nice. Of course, this is the front of the Siem Reap Art Center night market. In the last video I showed you the back of it. And this is the road we need to go on. Of course, the night market is closed. Well, that should be reopening as soon as things pick up. You know, I think a lot of times people get the idea when we come downtown and we show you all the big places that are closed. Pub Street is basically empty. All the night markets are closed. And those are great hubs and resources for tourism here. But Siem Reap is pretty large, and it has a lot of things that are still open. They're struggling. But if you just come down here to shop like downtown, you're doing it wrong. Lots of places are open. You can find whatever you're looking for elsewhere, and you can support local businesses at the same time. Nice and shady down here. That's the way I like it. I guess we're going over here. There's a little alley I took you down the last time. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? In this little video, what I'm going to do is we're going to walk around and we're going to show you 3 or 4 different apartments that are under $100 a month. We're going to try to get them in the $50 to $70 range. These are not places I'm saying you should rent. They're not going to have a lot of Western amenities. Some of them are going to be not too aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But this is the way most local people live because of the low wages. They have these little, really cheap apartments, make their money last. And like I said, the whole point of this is to show people how cheap you can live here if you want to. This isn't an endorsement of any of these apartments. I'm just saying, people want to know how cheap you can get away with living here, and if that's your only concern, then we're going to go around and show you some places. Some of them might be okay, some of them might not. I don't suspect you're going to see a lot of air cons or perhaps not even working toilets. I don't know. But there are going to be cheap. They're all going to be less than $100. And we'll go ahead and give you the tours, and you can make up your own mind. Now, like I said, most expats coming here will typically be in the $120 to $250 range when they're looking for a place. And those places will be much nicer, cleaner, they'll have more amenities and things like that. The higher you go, of course, the more pleasing and pleasant the apartment is going to be. But, like I said, we're going for cheap. We're going deep cheap in Siem Reap. So let's see what we can find. Alright guys, here we go. I'm going to show you 3 cheap apartments in Siem Reap. The first one we're looking at is only $80. It's very spacious. It has a bed, has a fan, as I'm going to show you there. And it also does have an air con right there. And it's up a flight of stairs that are really steep.
Has a nice, pretty nice kitchen area right there for all your cooking. And of course it has the bathroom, toilet, sink, shower. That one's for $80. I did not like the stairs. Going up was difficult, but going down, gravity wanted to take over, as I'm going to mention in the next clip. And yeah, that might be a put off for a lot of people. But the apartment itself was really nice. And, you know, it's only $80. The next one here, the next two actually are going to be the same price. They're both $50. And as you can see, as the lower the price you go, the lower the quality, I guess you could say, of the apartments. Now, you're not looking for Western style amenities at $50, but this is the way most locals live because of the low wages. They often live in places like this, no air cons, little tiny fans. As you can see, kitchen areas for what they are, just a sink and a space to put a rice cooker or a cooker or something. What might be the biggest turnoff, I think, for a lot of Westerners would be the bathrooms. You know, like the toilet there. It's not a squat toilet, but you also can't flush it. You have to pour water down it to get the goo down. But it does have a bum gun. And you can always add a shower head, by the way. You can always add a shower head to the to where the water comes out for where the shower should be. If you don't want to fill up a tub and, you know, pour water over your head to take a shower, you can always just add a shower head. It's not that hard and only costs you a few bucks. But like I said, the hypothetical, the situation was, how cheap can you live here? I don't like the color. Of course, that blue was kind of like, But that's a cosmetic thing. I guess it all depends on your taste. Of course, you're more than willing to change that also if you want. But this one was right off one of the main roads here, in a little alley in the back. Short little distance to everything else you might need. So if your deal is just cheap, 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 and price is the only object for you, the only thing you require is something inexpensive, it's certainly an option, and it's really good for probably one person, especially if you're not going to be in your room a lot. And there's a picture of the road right there, the main road, Kamai Pub Lane. You go down that little alley that you might miss if you didn't know it was there, and these rooms are in the back. Now the third one is actually close by where we live now, and it's a very spacious room actually. It's probably 2 or 3 times the size of our apartment. And again, it's only $50 a month. But as you can see, they had the mattress against the wall. Probably want to get a new mattress. That thing didn't look that clean. But it's got the bed, it's got a little table. There's the mattress there. But look, it's really big, really spacious. Like I said, it doesn't have a musty, funky smell to it or anything like that. But as I'm going to show you the what I would loosely describe as a kitchen area is basically just a sink, a small little area, but the thing I didn't like was that it has the plugs for your rice cooker and things on that side. Okay, I'm sorry, I cut myself off. But yeah, the plug's right there, and that doesn't make sense because you'll be putting the cord over the sink where the water comes out. The bathroom's the same. You can sit, you don't have to squat, but you have to use water to flush it all away. And of course the shower was the same, just a hose you pour into a bucket, and then you got the ladle, pour it over your head to get wet, shampoo and soap up, and do the same to rinse off. But like I said, a shower head costs you a few bucks and should just screw right on to most of those things there. But yeah, pretty big room for 50 bucks. And like I said, if cheap is your thing, then these are just some of the apartments you can get. There are nicer ones around town. We haven't been out to go to those other areas to take a look. But yeah, that's about what you can expect for between $50 and $80. So there you have it. There's the 3 apartments we found. They're all fairly close to one another in the same area. Like I said, there are probably nicer ones in different areas.
around town. And if you like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments, and we can get out to some of those different areas and show you some more, if that's what you like. And if you want to see one on cheap eats, we'll go out and try to find some of the cheapest food we can and show you how inexpensive your meals can be here. Like I said, it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. I'm making these videos on different times of different days, so as of right now, when I'm speaking, and that might have changed, but we only need $100 for our goal for the month. So if you can and you want to donate, it's all appreciated. We provide education for free. We go out and feed people when we can. Doesn't cost them anything. It's all because of you that we can do any of these things. You can donate through my PayPal below, join my Patreon, or buymeacoffee.com/DDC. And when you do that, I'll be sure to say thank you. You'll be put on a list and you will receive exclusive videos, first look videos for my channel. I'll send you a book and exclusive live streams coming up as soon as we get 10 Patreons. And all those links are down below. All my social media links are also down below. And links to other good things. There's even a free book link down there if that's something you're interested in. All the other vloggers in Cambodia putting out good content, their links are down there. Books, t-shirts, more. Just check the description. And as always, I want to say a thank you to all my supporters. You guys are awesome. It always means a lot. And we got more good things coming because of you. All right. Say goodbye. Goodbye. All right, we'll talk to you guys in the next one.